Welcome back, everybody, to the NSRLA SoarDogg Cup Series Black Diamond Designs 200 from EchoPark Speedway. We had some major technical malfunctions there. We are back, lap 39 of 130 here. We did unfortunately miss the big one, which took out several cars earlier, but including our pole sitter, the 33 of Lewis. Solidus, Caustic, and others that you can see there on your timing and scoring on the left side of the screen. Lewis still in the lead lap, but Solidus and Caustic now one lap down due to that incident. But we have the 41 of Whiteman, Roberson, Barnes, 99-27, Kish, Allen, Gill, Bittler, Slidell, Mercado, and Hatula are your top 10 as they run currently. Top 5 right here, pretty much single file. Not really much happening on that outside lines. We got the 11 way down low. 11 way down low on the track. Looks like he got it gathered up. He may be coming to pit road here, because at EchoPark you do have to enter pit road on the back straightaway. You have to be down below that yellow to get to pit road, or it is a penalty. Casey Bristow out of Williamsburg, Virginia, definitely coming down pit road here. Getting her woed up, currently running 23rd. It's going to cost him some spots and maybe even a lap, but that car really looks like it's crab walking down pit road. May have some damage here. Outside line on 5, 10, and 11. That is Gill, Skladell, 5, 10, and 9. My apologies. And Hutala just not able. We don't have enough cars up top to get that outside line really moving. But Janik has survived the chaos and has made his way up to 15th from 23rd. Steptoe 17th after starting dead last. They're kind of hanging out in the back here, playing it safe, just waiting for their opportunity to pounce, it appears. I mean, Evan Janik been dominant throughout this first part of the year. It's the first time we've really seen any scrapes in his armor, basically, as he's kind of tagged onto the back of the field here, but don't know if that's strategy or just not comfortable running these type of tracks. But I'm willing to bet if he makes his way to the front, we will find out. We'll get to ask him. But still, jumping into the inside line right there, bailing out as soon as he could. The 10 car right there of Skladell. But the 15 wasn't real happy with 15 of Justice wasn't real happy with him coming across his nose like that. That was something. But everybody is trying to bail out of that outside line right now. It's kind of like being on the interstate when everyone is constantly trying to change lanes and merge and get ahead of everybody else. If everybody would just fall in line, everything would just go so much smoother. The time would pass way faster, and then you could get all crazy once the last 10 laps happen. But everybody gets antsy at different times. As speaking of antsy, we got little Tracy making his way up there up to 6th with Bittler on that inside line, coming from pretty far back in the pack, as that outside line just cannot stay organized. They're 3 wide right now between Lucan and Brock. And the 6 of Mercado goes around, big crash, the 5 involved. Stephen Gill, Jose Mercado, there was one other car there, green car, Caleb Jones as well. Looked like that was just, I couldn't tell if it was a bad push or if Mercado just kind of came up into a lane that he was not clear to come up into. As we see the 12 coming out of pit road here. Okay, we'll have to run it back manually here, but it's all right. We'll do a quick little, yeah, one of those. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so we got, they're rolling right along with a 6-car Mercado. Just get a little, and he got a little bump and then tried to get back in line. He got the little bump there from Jones. That 29 car, I believe. 25, Joshua Thornton. So he got that little push there from Joshua Thornton, which kind of sent him down the track, and he tried to get back up in line. When he tried to come back up, he had already fallen behind. He just tried to make a move that he didn't have the room to make, and they pile in right there. The 25, the 6, the 5. A lot of damaged race cars just from a bad push. He got Keselowski'd, as we can say, over the last few years, because he has been the Keselowski up until this year. I will give him credit. This year was way better, but he has been the king of bad pushes, being up front at Daytona. I mean, thinking back to Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, multiple others, he has given bad pushes to over the years. Uh, Poor Mercado got Keselowski there, but it happens to the best of us. That's one of the downsides of drafting tracks, but they were definitely coming down pit road here. Tracy, let's see if we can key up our leader while we have a second. Whiteman, I want to kind of check out his strategy because he's been all over the track today. Top, bottom, top, bottom. He finally got some help up there up top. I'd like to key him up if we can, if he's in a voice chat down there. Darn, let's see. Roberson, looking for a Roberson. There's Barnes. Let's go ahead and pull Barnes in here. Get some of his thoughts. Christian Barnes, what's up, buddy? Chris Golden up here in the Leadfoot TV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
What's up, buddy? Man, you're running third right now. You've kind of been up front this whole shebang right now. Kind of dodged that whole deal. Lewis got involved in earlier. You and him are running pretty well together. Kind of walk us through how the race has been so far for you.
Yeah, the outside takes a little bit to get going, but once it gets going, it can, definitely be a good contender. It's just tire wear is definitely a thing right now. I'm not sure if it was the update or what, but if you burn your stuff up, it is very easy to get loose or get tight depending on what tires you burn up. And late in that run, I was feeling it. I was getting really loose, so Um, you just got to save your tires, but you also don't want to lose track position because it is kind of, unless you get the right push, it's very difficult to move forward. So just got to manage your stuff, manage track position, and hopefully we'll be there at the end.
For sure. So one last question before we toss you back. At this point in the race, we're going to be going back to green at 50 to go. Is it time to get racy yet, or is it still just kind of sit back and wait for you right now?
I'd say probably just be a little bit chill. I mean, obviously you want to keep track position, but I don't think you want to risk it for the stage. You want to just keep your car clean and go for the bigger picture.
All right,
I'd say maybe 30 to go would probably be where we need to go for it.
Awesome. Fantastic, buddy. We'll toss you back. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck the rest of the way.
There you go.
And the pace truck is off. We are getting ready to go back green here. SoarDogg Cup Series Black Diamond Designs 200 back green. Ooh. 96 falling way back there on that start. Great jump for the 41 and the 90. Is the question. All right, little technical difficulties, little reduced video and audio quality there for just a second, but we do have another caution, fourth caution of the race. It looks like there was a major issue. Tracy, is it possible for us to run that back and see what happened with this caution? More technical issues. We are just having all kind of gremlins tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as a lot of these guys are with their cars as well, as we're seeing a lot of guys falling off. Let's see if we can pull this replay here. Trying to see. All righty. We are not going to have the replay for you. Definitely a huge incident, though. I mean, we have our top 3, top 4 still here. Allen, Bittler back to 8th, so Bittler's still there. Let's see. We just pulled Barnes in here. They're still single file. Let me look down and see who we can drag up. Let's talk to our pole sitter, Dustin Lewis. He was involved in that accident earlier in the race. And he has worked his way back up to 11th. Let's see if we can key up Dustin Lewis here, our pole sitter, and have a little chat with him. Dustin, what's up, buddy? Chris up here in the Leadfoot TV booth. You got me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Hey, what's up, man? Heck of a run putting that thing on the pole, but then you got wadded up back there, but you're back to 11th. So kind of talk us through how this thing's been going for you so far. I mean, we've seen the roller coaster. Kind of take us along for the ride.
Oh man, these cars are in a foul mood tonight. They are tight and loose at the same time when they're in the pack. You got to baby it. You just got to be easy with the throttle, be easy with inputs, and I think that's what the guys up front are doing. They're just being easy. They're not trying to steer the car hard. They're not trying to get on the throttle hard. They're just babying it all along, and that's hopefully what we're going to do here in the last couple laps of stage 2.
For sure. So we talked to Christian Barnes during that last caution, and he said it's not quite go time yet. How are you feeling about that? When is your, we'll say every time we go green, obviously, but when is your green flag time to go moment?
For stages, it's right about now because we're coming to a couple laps to go here, and the reason why Christian might be saying it's not go time is because he has stage points right now. In my situation, I don't have any to my name, so it's when the green flag drops, we're going to be taking the run wherever we can go. We're going to keep that momentum high, and we're going to try and get inside the top 10. Currently, we're sitting 12th, or excuse me, 11th, so it's now if you're wanting stage points.
Gotcha. Yeah, because we're creeping into the end of that second stage, I believe. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a little go time, and then once we go green on that, once the stage is over, it'll be crunch time after that. But we'll try to key you up here later on. But we're going to toss you back because you guys are getting ready to go green again.
Alrighty, thank you, boys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What's up?
Tracy mate. Yeah, what
Black
was your
Diamond.
Black Diamond was his channel. There we go. We got him tossed back. Sometimes the fish don't want to leave the boat. You know, we gotta know which pond to throw them in. These guys do have their own team chats we have to throw them back into, but we are going green. Pace truck is off. Whiteman and Allen are going to be your front row. That choose cone mixes me up every single time. Great jump there as they take off. Barnes, third row inside, obviously. Huge run for that inside line. 3 of Kish jumping down in line, leaving the outside. The Purple People Eaters running all 3 in a row right there outside. 3 out of the 4 on that outside line. Purple, by the way. So that's going to be we're just going to go purple power on the outside, along with our pole sitter we just spoke to, Lewis. So Lewis is going to try to make that outside work unless he can jump down here behind the 10. He will not. He's going to stay in line and stay loyal to the outside, as the inside is having trouble getting organized. But that outside line got some great pushes on the front. Lukin into the back of the 96, gets him squarely, has to lift. It checks up that whole outside line. We see him snaking down that back straightaway. Do not push in the corners, boys. Andrew Allen getting a big shove from Lukin right there beside Bittler. Bittler up to 7th. Picked up a few stage points in this last one. He's going to try to get a few more here and try to survive. But that outside line right now, being as squirrely as they are, Bittler is in a very, very unsafe spot, because if they get turned, he's going to be wadded up at it unless he can make some very quick evasive actions. But they are trying to get that outside line to work, and they just cannot get the momentum. They are running 1, 2, 3, 4 purple cars outside right now. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that happen in real life or in iRacing, where it's just all purple outside. That's actually pretty cool. But anyway, I got distracted by that. A little bit of ADHD there. The 5 is all over the place back there underneath Lewis. Almost gets turned off the bumper of, look like the 63 of Salidas. Golitis trying to give him a shove and help him, but the 5 just can't. Something might be wrong with that car. He just seems to not be able to hold the bottom as the yellow is out. The purple people eaters are around, and our pole sitter, Lewis, hard into the wall. That may be a day ender for the 33 of Lewis. That was a head-on shot into the front straightaway wall. Oh, he got purple people eater pickled on that one. Good Lord. Tracy, let's go back and take a look at that if we can. Yep, let's see what we can see here. There's the 15. Looks like he was kind of back behind the action. Gets slowed up. Evasive action. Good maneuvering to avoid. Let's go with the, I'm going to go with the 96. He was leading that outside line. The 96 will be Allen, I believe, was leading that outside line. Yep, Andrew Allen, the 96. Yep. So that'll probably going to be, so the see Barnes jump up there. Back to 52. I saw that happening a few laps before. 33 hard into the wall there. But bad push will get you every time. He just Lucan, look, it appeared it was Lucan in the 52. Yep, Devin Lucan trying to help, trying to push that outside line along. By no means intentional. Just a bad push. You see him he got a little squirrely, kind of came back up, checked up. And the 33 nosed hard. Lewis hard into the wall, into that outside wall. Wasn't sure who he got hooked by, but he definitely took a hard shot getting involved in that. That's going to be damage for all 4 of the purple people eaters, plus Lewis. See right here, just got caught up with the 19, and it threw him hard into that outside wall. Lots of cars, evasive actions, Baja and across the grass. Man, what a shot. That may take us to the end of the stage, though. Whiteman, I believe, is going to win this stage. Let's never really done this one before. Let's key up Devin Lucan. He can kind of talk us through that incident. Devin, hey, it's Chris Golden up here in the Leadfoot TV booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, heck of a shot right there. The purple people eaters, all 4 of you guys are right there in a row. Talk us through what happened there, bud.
Yeah, I really don't entirely know what happened. I was trying to follow Andrew and looked like the 2 in front and jumped up and tried to block him late and got him all squirrely, and he got loose and hell broke loose from there.
It sure did. I mean, you took out the pole sitter. All 4 of you guys were running really well there in a row. You, Andrew, the 19 was back there as well, running right there with you. I mean, all y'all are right in a row. All the, like we said, the purple people eaters, the 9 car, all of you guys, and then our pole sitter got wrapped up in that as well. I mean, you pretty much summed it up. I mean, it looked like you just had to check up there, and you couldn't get off of him in time when this tight drafting track racing. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't really help too much either with these cars. Are very hard to handle right now. They're getting tight and then just snapping loose on us. So it's interesting out there right now.
For sure. I mean, we're on 60 of 130 now, so this, I believe this will be y'all's second stage break. So it should be taking you to the stage. You'll still get some stage points here, sitting in 7th. What does this mean for the rest of your race? Like, how bad is the car?
The wheel's straight right now. It's looking like it's just some front-end aero damage, which I should be able to get that fixed up pretty easily without going a lap down. But I think as long as I stay in the draft, I'll be fine, even with a little bit of damage. Same thing happened to me at Daytona, and I was able to come out with P2 there. So hoping for a good day here, try to get the season turned around.
For sure, buddy. Thanks so much for chatting with us. We'll toss you back down to Fast Living Motorsports.
Thank you.
Oh, Devin Lucan there, one of our favorite paint schemes of the race, every race. Bittler looking here, top 5, by the way, for Ryan Bittler currently as they run. Not a bad little run for little Tracy tonight on the side of that car. Tracy, we haven't heard from you yet. What do you think about Bittler's paint scheme tonight?
Oh, I love it, man. Actually, I was kind of in on the surprise there. He asked for a photo of me instead of a cartoon. And so I obliged. I was like, yeah, man, that sounds great. And we kind of went through the list of things that I was into, like the American flag, the Massey Ferguson there on the side. Got me an old Massey out there under the shelter. And yeah. So next thing I knew, about 20 minutes later, man, he painted up a awesome paint scheme. He's got me, I don't have the hair to grow a mullet, but I think you were the one that mentioned I could possibly grow a skullet. So that's what I would look like if you were to see me there with my hair blowing in the wind. Should I decide to go in that direction there, I can get me a good old skullet going. And but other than that, that looks just like me right there on the weekends. Yes, absolutely, man. There I go.
So for all the youngsters out there that have never heard the term before, I'm sure you're very familiar with the mullets. A skullet is very similar. It is essentially you still have the flowing hair out the back of the mullet, but you're just completely shaved on top. So that's what a skullet is. It's just hair coming off the top of your head. Oh man, let's see here.
Oh, and just would also like to mention he's got me in my 80s jean jacket with the cut-off sleeves and the AC/DC patch.
He does, right there on the hood.
Yes, absolutely, man. That is Tracy. We're going to have to get some, maybe some LB sim shots or something to kind of get that scheme so we can get it posted up, man. I really think this thing may go viral.
That's the most Bruce Springsteen Tracy I've ever seen. I'm loving it. Oh, that is unreal. These guys are riding around under caution. Let's see. We do have a little more time here to pull someone else. I am showing Whiteman in Maverick Motorsports. He's currently second. Do you want to go ahead and pull him in, Tracy? He's been leading quite a while in this thing. Brock, what's up, buddy? Chris Golden up here in the Leadfoot TV booth. You got a copy?
I sure do.
What's up, Maverick? You've been leading most of this thing. Right now, you're going to be lining up behind a few guys that either beat you out of pit road or didn't pit. You were one of the first ones to try to make that outside line work. Kind of talk us through your thought process early on.
I kind of figured after the truck race yesterday and winning that, you kind of save a little bit of tires on the outside. So I figured that, even if there was 5 or 6 cars ahead of me on the inside line, as long as I was leading that outside line, I kind of figured, the tires would be a little bit better by the end of the stage. And when it came, time to make the moves and whatever to try to get to front to win those stages, that I'd have a little bit of an advantage. But it seems to be working out well so far. We're just going to have to try to work our way through traffic. But teammate Michael Kish has been really good pushing at the end of that first stage. So really happy with how this is going. And, it's going to be a little different not leading for the first couple of laps, but we're going to try our best to get back up there.
Okay, awesome. Sounds great. Yeah, because you led most of the first of that race, and from there, I mean, just pit stops kind of hindered you. But you guys are getting ready to go back green here. You should be good to go. When do the gloves come off? When is it every man for himself getting to the end of this thing?
Yesterday it was about 10 to go, so I'd imagine sometime inside 10 to go is, no teammates, no friends, every man for themselves.
For sure, buddy. We're going to toss you back to Maverick Motorsports, and we're going to watch you here as we go green on this thing.
All right, thank you, guys.
Pace truck is off. Everybody's not really single file, but they are lined up nose to tail. Front row, big shove. The inside accordion it up right there. 9 and 6, 5 of the Gill. Looks like he really spun the tires hard. There's Mercado and Hatula. Big jump out front, throwing Gill all the way back to 5th. This outside line just freight training everybody inside after that checkup by Gill on the start. Not sure if he was in the wrong gear or just spun the tires, but Gill trying to come back now on the outside. Up top, big shove by Gill, and that's going to be a major, major crash. Cars and carnage everywhere. One on his lid, sliding into turn one. Josh Chrisman, the 83. Throwing wrenches motorsports. He's definitely going to be after this one. Oh, Gill. Never want to see that. That was a huge shot. It looked like it was the 83 that nosed right into the wall there. Alrighty, let's try to take a look. So we definitely got a big shot there from the 83. The 83 pushed Gill, turned the 25. Wow. Up into the catch fence. I believe that was the 83. Yep, 25 and 5. Lands on the roof of the 11. I can't even talk about this entire wreck. Just a lot, so much going on, letting you guys see it. Definitely, they've got to get an onboard view of this. Hold on to your seats, folks. This is going to be a heck of a ride. Up and over, skidding the sparks on the roof. Looking back at the 63 of Solitis, just coming to a stop there. Wow. And we are caution number 6 as we barely pass halfway. Major incident there, but that's going to give the 6 of Mercado the lead. Old Bittler still surviving top 5, riding in 5th right now. Definitely a shot there. Oh my gosh. Let's see, who have we not talked to today that is still here? Lots and lots of cars have fallen out of this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull old Jackson from Bemidji in here and have a chat with him. He is running second right now. We'll go P2 with him. Jackson from Bemidji. Chris Golden up here in the Leadfoot TV booth. You got me?
I got you.
What's up, buddy? Dude, number one, talk us through that restart. Heck of a jump. And then talk us through avoiding the carnage of the last 2 wrecks that fell into your lap.
Man, I'm going to be honest, all 3 wrecks at this point, I've just barely scooted by. I don't know, the leader never went. Green flag, I gave the 6th car a push. And who knows, we're sitting P2 right now, hoping we can maintain it.
Absolutely. I mean, we were talking earlier about the purple people eaters on the top line. All 4 of you purple cars up there just got wadded up, and you get through there without a scratch. And now the 5 car gets turned on the outside line right in your lap almost, and you still avoid it. And dude, it's almost like you're accidentally in survival mode and being the best at it right now.
Yeah, I am just using every bit of luck that I got right now, and hopefully that maintains. At this point, yeah, survival. Just trying to finish this race.
For sure. You guys are about to go back green here, but I'll ask you quickly, when do the gloves come off? When is it go time to no more friends in this race? We're a little past halfway here.
Yeah, probably after our last stop. We got 1 more here, and we'll go from there.
All right, sounds good. We will toss you back, and we'll go green right here with the SoarDogg green flag. Jackson, good jump there inside line. Not as great as Mercado. Big jump, but he may be too far out front. Mercado way out there is going to get freight train if he doesn't block one of these lines. And if he does block that line, they are going to bottleneck up quickly. Does Jackson make a move, or does he fall in line? He stays in line, pushing the 6 of Mercado. Mercado out here leading laps right now. Tula is going to be scored. Looks like he's going to get by Whiteman. So he will be second with a 99 of Roberson. Third car in line on that bottom line right now. The outside line moving again. And I see someone who has somehow survived absolute carnage in 4 crashes, started on the pole, is now 8th after being involved in every accident today. Lewis back up into the top 10 on the tail end of that outside line. He is dragging on right now. He has latched onto that 19 of Brock, and he is hoping this outside line gets moving. But someone else who we have not talked about a lot today, but we sure have talked about this season, Evan Janik in 11th, all the way from 23rd starting position. One car who was step-toe started behind Janik. Janik now into the top 10. Good Lord, the Lockport legend out here just rolling through this field up to 10th. Step-toe as well. Step-toe 10th, Janik 11th. The 87 and the 60 were the last 2 cars on the grid and are now making their way up into the top 10 from just pure survival. Awesome, awesome performance so far today from these guys. That inside line really organized. We see someone blinking down there on the bottom like it was the 87 of Steptoe. Big blink there right behind Bittler as Barnes jumps up top of Whiteman. Still, no one can really get that outside line organized. Everybody's just kind of snug to the bottom right now because it is the safe line to be in. Barnes and Bittler door to door as the front 5, front 4 have kind of broken away on that bottom line, but there are definitely not many cars here. Janik on the tail end of the pack, and then we have Kish kind of lost the draft back there. He is 5 seconds back from this lead pack. So the winner is probably going to come out of these 12 cars here as they run. Rocking and rolling here. Barnes on the outside still. Let's see. Trying to decipher moves here. I'm playing a little bit of race car driver as well as announcer, trying to think of what I would do in these situations. Mercado, Tala, Slidell. If it were me, I think I would want to be on that inside line just riding right now. I mean, the safest spot to be is definitely Mercado out front. Or maybe even 9 of Jackson Hatula right there in second. But those front 4, front 5 have really pulled away because the outside line only has 4 cars in it. So the only thing we can do now is ask ourselves, when do the outside cars bail out and start jumping down and trying to roll with it? Because we really don't have that outside line here. But Barnes still holding on right there to the top 5 outside of Bittler. He gets up there just enough and just cannot get the momentum to get by. But definitely providing some great racing for all the fans here of the SoarDogg Cup Series, Leadfoot TV, and everyone else that is watching this. And there's our Tracy cam down there on the apron. So the Digger Tracy cam. You guys remember the old Digger cam from NASCAR back in the day? That was one of my favorite things. The little gopher cam they had. I loved that. But that was back when I was way younger. I did see somebody get a little squirrely back there and get on the apron like it was the 12 of Jones again, who's already 3 laps down. But he's back up now and okay, just kind of all over the place right now. Like I said, he looked like he was way down on the apron. Kish falling 9 seconds back. Thornton now the tail end of that lead pack. There's Kish there in the 3 car. He's now about 9.5 back of that lead pack. He's lost the draft. He is the last car on the lead lap currently in 13th, but he has definitely lost the draft, which may be part of his strategy. So we have another stop before this thing's over with, and they were getting very, very dicey up there, but still not enough momentum on that outside line for these Ford cars to get a run. And honestly, they may not be trying to. They may just be kind of riding in the rocker here right now. Ooh, as we see Bittler get a little tight on entry. Slide up the track. Is Barnes going to try to fill that hole? It would not be smart if he did, but he is not. Bittler closes it up. A little closer to the 19. Ooh, Bittler gets tight again. The 19 gets tight. Everybody pushes up the track. Little checkup up top, 33 and 60. Hold on to her, boys. 87 a step toe, still blinking quite a bit. That's got to be causing a major, major issue with these guys trying to race around him and everything else. But top four, still single file. Bittler seems to be a bit of a cowboy, wondering when he might decide to jump up into that outside line, or if he will. Again, they're just kind of riding in the rocker here. Coming to 80 to go. Rolling right along. Everyone seems fairly content right now. So what we are going to do, we are going to step away, pay a few bills here on Leadfoot TV, and take a short break. And we will be right back with you shortly here with the SoarDogg Cup Series Black Diamond Designs 200 from EchoPark. Welcome back here to Let's Put TV, the Black Diamond Designs 200 in the NSRLA SoarDogg Cup Series from EchoPark. And we couldn't help but notice the purple people eaters are back out front. Hatola and Brock have made it out front, but don't look now. But started shotgun on the field, dead last in a row by himself. Steptoe in the 87 is up to third and looking to make a move on the leaders. I mean, we have two cars there, no decals, the 99 and the 87, no decals, plain Jane, unsponsored race cars, about to make a move for the lead on this thing. The question is when, because they are rolling right now third and fourth. And the outside line is really starting to form up. The 99 looking to move up a little bit. He thought about it, but jumps back down in line. Don't know if he was just trying to block the momentum of that line or actually get up there and go with them, but thought better of it. As they are still just rolling side by side here, but the top two, top three are still out front. But they've definitely got 5 cars in the line now instead of 4, and it's giving that outside line a little bit more momentum, especially around the top. But they just can't quite gain enough up there, as they just keep getting broken up. You see that gap right now between the 10 of Skladell and the 27 of Barnes. Those gaps right there keep killing those guys. As we see the 41 making a move to the outside of the leader now. 10 giving him a big shove. Can they get the momentum to get up there? Can they stay organized enough to get the push? They cannot. That inside line just has too much momentum right now with extra cars. We see Little Tracy opting to kind of bail out on this one and fall back behind the pack of, let's see, that was Bittler again in 12th, tagging on the back. Do not lose that draft, Bittler. Stay with them, or you're going to be out of contention in this one. Speaking of out of contention, we saw the three of Kish now 10 laps down, showing him with a meatball flag. So that will be the end of his day. But our winner is going to come out of these top 12 right here. And 32 to go. Laps are ticking away, but they are going to have one more pit stop. They will have one at some point. And I think these guys are going to be content to ride as we see the 41 drop down to the inside line and take over the lead, as that outside line now has gotten the cars and the numbers to be able to start making moves, and they're coming up on lap traffic. Will they try to stay with the lap traffic or move around them? How is this going to go here? How are they going to play that? They move to the outside. The 12 and the 62 or 52 of Lucan and Jones right there. Everyone gets by safe. Looks like Lucan and Jones down on the apron, giving them a clear racetrack. Top 5 single file here. The outside line really got broken up on that front straightaway as they worked their way around that lap car. That top line really broke up, only leaving the 10 out there by himself. And I believe he might get freight trained here if these guys can stay organized, because he might be able to get enough of a side draft to stay for a while. Got Janik now inside. They are going to freight train him here, and they're going to send him all the way to the back of this line. Well, now Bittler has hung himself out to dry. He tried to go to the outside line there and has now got hung out by himself. The 10 does jump back up, though. I'll tell you one thing, Tracy. I give up trying to decipher what these guys are thinking, because in super speedway racing, there's so many different thought processes, so many different strategies, so many different everything. It is mind-boggling to me, because I can think of all the things that I do in super speedway racing. It is by far my best discipline on iRacing. Thinking back to the 4-wide motorsports race with the ARCA cars at Daytona this past season, where your nephew Landon was part of my team, and we had essentially 5 cars that I directed to the front, and we ran most of the race 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super speedway racing is so fun. The strategies are so spot on. It really is a game of chess, and I love super speedway racing. I know you're more of a short track guy, and I know for sure that you just love dirt racing. That's sarcasm, by the way, everyone. Tracy is a dirt racing hater. Can't stand it. He hates everything about it. Even the people who dirt race. I'm kidding. But no, Tracy loves short track racing.
Well, I will agree with you in that, super speedway is like a game of chess. And I love playing chess, but I've never been good at playing chess, and neither have I been good at super speedway racing. So there is some commonality there.
Well, you did. You joined the Golden Racing League, actually not as a producer, but as a driver a few weeks ago. We ran these super late models at Legacy Phoenix. And if I remember right, you qualified that car top 10 after not being in the car for quite a while. So there's definitely some talent in there somewhere, Tracy.
You just won't find it at Talladega, Daytona, or Atlanta.
Makes sense. These guys are all getting pretty single file here, just kind of content to ride until the pit stop, it would appear, as Whiteman pretty much clinches the laps led as we're down to the downtown auto sales time to dig 25 to go. So I don't know if that's going to be plausible tonight because they do have one more pit stop. So with this track being so big, we may have to crunch that down to like a 10 or 5 to go, because that's when this thing is really going to ramp up, is after those last pit stops. And Tracy, do you have a graphic of when our leader Whiteman last pitted by chance? Right there. So we can see he last pitted on lap 62. So 45 laps ago was when Whiteman last pitted. So these guys are going to be coming down for fuel. If nothing else, definitely fuel very soon, because I believe they are maxed out on around 50 to 55 laps of fuel depending on the draft. So these guys should be coming down pit road very shortly here. And then we're gonna really see this thing take off after these guys make their final pit stop, because then it's gonna be go time. Oh, we got one way up the track, 19 down on the apron. Whoo, big heart-stopping move there for Isaac Brock. What a save, but just for the sake of spontaneity, Tracy, let's run it back real quick and take a quick look at that save, because that was a pucker factor if I've ever seen one. Whew. If it's possible to run it back and take a look. Yep, here we go. Give her the old reverse again. Coming out of 4, he just got really sideways. Oh yeah, it's rolling right along. Oh, little wiggle. What a save. Oh, we do have a yellow though. We do have a caution. Let's go back live, Tracy. Let's see what this caution is. It looks like it might have been our leaders. No, not the leaders. Let's run it back a little hair more if we can, Tracy. I'm showing the 99 of Roberson. Let's see if we can pull up the 99 of Roberson. He is on pit road. Lots of damage to the right front of that car. Oh, the 10. Let's run her back just a couple seconds before that. We caught it mid-wreck right there, Tracy. We are coming in. Looks like another bad push from the 25 of Thornton. This will be the second car that he's got into, not on purpose by any means, but definitely a hard shove there by it gets the 10 off center. The 10 got a little squirrely on that coming down the apron. Gets the 10 off center. Janik also into the wall. That's going to end his drive to the front. Step toe makes it through. Janik definitely with a broken toe link there. The 99 potentially ending his day. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be a day ender for the 99, running very well here today. The 10 just a little bit off center and tried to come back up, and the 25 just he was already there. I mean, that's all we can say. He was already there. Darn. How about that? As that's going to bring us to our pit stops here. Let me take a look at our survivors. Janik, Barnes, Bittler, Lewis, Gladell, Brock, Mercado, Atala. Let's talk to the 19 of Brock about his beautiful save that probably kept him out of that accident. Isaac Brock, Chris Golden up here in the Leadfoot TV booth. You got me, buddy?
I sure do.
Sweet. Don't speed on pit road here, bud. Come on. We just want to key you up here and talk about that heck of a save you had right before that caution came out. We put the replay on it, but we want to hear it from your side.
Yeah, past few laps, car had been getting real floaty into 3, and we went into the corner there, and I just felt the rear get light, and I started to chase it like I normally did, and it just wasn't coming back to me, and so luckily I was able to get it saved down there on the apron and not kill anybody. So
Dude, I'm telling you, man, you were swatting some flies in there trying to get that thing under control. That was fun to watch, and we were talking. And honestly, man, we think that might have been the best thing for you because it kept you out of that big wreck that you probably would have been right in the middle of.
yes, that's what I just got done telling my team. Actually, was is like the racing gods were like, here, save this car, that way you don't get wrecked.
Right, and heck, it's going to put you. Looks like it's going to put you right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost top 5, depending on how the choose cone goes. So, man, you can't shake a stick at that. I mean, that. You can't really ask for much better. We're going to probably take the green here with 17 to go, I'd think. And, outside line. Okay, somebody wants to go to the front. All righty. Well, man, I guess we'll toss you back down there to Fast Living Motorsports. And I would ask you, when do you think that all the gloves come off and it's time to go? And, man, I really don't even want to ask you because I think it's right now.
I think it is now because I think it's our best bet is just to go now, and because I feel like they're going to wreck again, and just try to stay out of the wreck and survive to the end.
For sure, buddy. Well, good luck to you, and hopefully we'll be talking to you once this thing's over with.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Oh, pace car lights are out. Pace truck, rather. And we are almost exactly how we started this thing. Lewis involved in 3 major accidents. Left side, right side, nose, tail of this car beaten and battered. It looked like it drove all the way from Waycross, Georgia to get here, across Atlanta, downtown. Surprised it still got the rims on it and they didn't get stolen. But dadgummit, up here leading this thing from the pole, 17 to go and we go green. Whiteman on his tail, the 19 of Brock front row outside. Can Brock and Barnes get a jump on the 33? We're going to find out as they are back green to the SoarDogg green flag. Door to door, the 2 front row leaders, and Brock disappears for a second. Barnes jumps down inside, leaves Brock hanging. Can Brock get a push from the 16 to get back up there? Janik on that inside or outside line as well. That outside line trying to get a side draft, trying to get anything they can do to get to the front. And Brock side drafts his way with Jose Mercado to the front. Can he get down and clear the 33? He cannot. But what a save! Isaac Brock saves it again. This kid will not go away. Gets right back in line, only loses 4 or 5 spots, and is now 3 wide with Whiteman right in behind Barnes. Tried to make a move that wasn't there. Boom, really squirrely Barnes down below the apron. Yeah, these guys have decided that it's go time right now. Gloves are off. They are 3 wide back there as our pole sitter right there on Barnes. Barnes kind of gives him the door a little bit to move him up out of the groove and said, hey, you should have let me in. But don't really blame Lewis there. He was the leader. That outside line, though, falling back quickly. Lots of damaged race cars out there, Lewis being one of them. As everyone else, Bittler right now in 11, hunting the top 10. But all our lead lap cars are pretty much single file, except for, looks like Whiteman has fallen to the tail end of the lead lap cars. We'll see now that we came by the flag stand there. Whiteman definitely 11th. Bittler up to 9th. Bittler up to 9th and rolling right along. Whiteman back there behind the 33. We are seeing lots and lots of sparks. The 87 step toe. The 12 is around hard into the inside wall. hard contact with Caleb Jones. That is his second or third time tonight coming out of that corner and slamming that inside wall. We are still green, definitely still green. We're going back to the action here. The 12 gets it rolling as the 6 of Mercado leading this thing. Barnes in second. And the 19 of Brock in third. Janik was up there, but he got hung out to dry on that outside line, and he has 2 cars, but they will not be enough help to push him past this powerful line of race cars on the bottom. Can Bittler get by the 25 of Thornton? He's going to kind of look inside. Mercado's sitting very happily at the front of that inside line right now with plenty of fast cars behind him to help. As we see the 10 back there somehow still surviving after that major crash. And Janik pushing the outside line by himself with 4 cars might take the lead of this thing as we have the 11 getting out of the draft. The 11 is multiple laps down. That's Bristow, 30 laps down, trying to stay out of the pack, out of the way, as Janik, Whiteman, and Steptoe are now. So Whiteman started pretty close to the front. Janik and Steptoe were the last 2 cars on the grid, and they are up here about to try to win this thing. This is another amazing thing about super speedway racing, is that anybody can win it from anywhere. Speaking of anywhere, Mercado hung out to dry in the sucker hole between Janik and Barnes, and now the 41 of Whiteman hung out up top. Steptoe trying to dive down to the bottom. Does not have room around the 25 to get back there. They are 3 wide between the 41 and 25. Mercado finds a hole to jump in on the bottom, and Janik hung out to dry again on the outside. These guys are everywhere. 10 to go. Barnes leads with Brock and Hatula running second and third, and Mercado in fourth. But this action is not done yet. 10 to go is when things get crazy, and we're coming down to 9 to go, so we're already there, folks. And the 19 gets into the 27, and who didn't turn him, but I thought he did for a second. Good Lord. He is all over our leaders. We're coming up on the lap traffic. The 12 car here, with the 12 car in the racing groove. Barnes almost runs over the 12, checks up the entire line. Very, very dangerous there. Oh, man. I got to take off my announcer hat and put on my driver hat for a second. If that were me, I would have just stayed below the apron there, Tracy. How about you?
Yeah. I always try to give the, especially if I'm a lap down, really give the leaders whatever the preferred line is, and just give them plenty of room. The last thing I want to do is cause an issue, essentially being out of the race with 1 or more laps down.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're under 10 to go here. Under 10 to go, there's nothing to gain by being on the track, so you got to just keep her out of the way. I mean, he's still running 13th. He's only 5 laps down, so he's good there, but you got to let the pack by there because they are racing hard, and he almost caused a major wreck with our leaders. But we've all done stuff before, so I've done more than most, I will say. So we are back to the action as we are coming to 6 to go here. Barnes, Brock, and Hatala, 1, 2, 3. Inside line kind of got single file there. I know we're not supposed to be biased, but I keep looking for Bittler every single lap, and he is still right there in 6th. That bottom line is single file. So here's the question. When does the bottom line decide that we cannot ride here anymore if we're going to win this thing? And who really jumps out? And, well, answer that question as Steptoe jumps out with Whiteman, and Hatala jumps out. They are going for the lead here around Barnes and Brock. The 9 gets by the 19 and bails on the 41. 41 left out to dry as old Bemidji Jackson jumping down into second, getting right up on Barnes, putting himself in great position to win this thing because you definitely want to be in second. You don't want to be leading. You don't want to be third or fourth. You want to be in second place. And as I'm looking at these cars, the 19 of Brock has a lot of nose damage. If he jumps out, he cannot lead these lines. So he's been put in a very bad position here where he cannot lead this race. So his only option is going to be be able to be in second and jump the leader coming out of fourth to really get that jump, because he's going to have an air dam on the front of that car as soon as he gets out of the draft. So I don't think Brock is going to have enough to make a run at this thing, as we're coming to 3 to go right here. And both lines, lots and lots of power. Bittler playing it safe, hanging out in the back, says, you guys go at it. I'm going to ride right here and save my top 10 on the tail end of this pack, as Lewis has fallen off of pace, very much off pace, 23 seconds back. But we have our top 10 right here in the middle of this pack, and they are racing hard. We also have the 11 of Bristow, 30 laps down, tagging onto the tail end back there. 2 to go here. It cannot, these guys can't finish the race like this. There's no way. There's no way they get back to the checkered flag, because Janik making a move on step toe, falling back in line. The 19 getting shoved. Mercado, they're all bottlenecking up and nobody's lifting. I love super speedway racing. I love it. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I live for this. Barnes coming down. 1 to go. White flag. The SoarDogg. 1 to go here. There's no way they get back to it. Steptoe falling back. The 10 into the back of Steptoe. Hatala making a move to the outside of our leader, Barnes. Barnes has help from Whiteman. Hatala has help from Brock. Barnes is going to beat him to the line. Can he get there? The Mercado turns the 9 into Steptoe. Barnes takes the win. Whiteman second. Brock third. And a big heartbreaker there for the 9 of Hatala, who falls from 3rd to 10th after getting turned by the 6. But Janik is definitely going to be the hard charger tonight. From almost last all the way to 4th. Let's go back and watch this unfold. 6 down right there. 6 down on the apron. This is our, yep, right there. It looks like the 19. I couldn't tell. Run it back one more time there, Tracy. I couldn't tell if the 19 got into the 9 or if the 9 came down on the 6. Yep, we'll see it right here. Like the 9 may have come down on the 6 across the nose of Mercado. Try to get a good view here. We should be able to see right here. So Mercado up there. 19 squeezes just a hair. Now, does the 9 come down? The 9 does come down right into the 6. Turns himself across the nose. That's going to push him right up the track into Steptoe in the 87, right in front of look like Lucan as well, as they all spin across the infield. Janik down there getting collected, sliding back up the track, collecting another car up the track. Oh, what a finish for super speedway racing. Janik comes across backwards in 4th. Oh, that's awesome. What a great finish the Black Diamond Designs 200 here tonight in the SoarDogg Cup Series. Getting a smoke show from Christian Barnes. Barnes, Whiteman, and Brock will be joining us post-race as your podium finishers for this interview. But before then, we are going to take a short intermission here, pay a couple bills with the SoarDogg Cup Series and Leadfoot TV, and we will be right back with your top 3 finishers right after this. Welcome back here to Echo Park, or Reco Park, as it's been so lovingly called by some of our fans here tonight. Black Diamond Designs 200, the SoarDogg Cup Series, and Leadfoot TV in the NSRLA. And we have your podium finishers here. We're going to start off with third place, Isaac Brock. Now, Isaac, we talked to you once under caution about when go time was, and we really saw that happen here toward these last 10 laps. Kind of talk us through how you made your way through all that mess.
Well, just really took the runs as they came, and then tried my best to stay with my teammate Jackson Houghtle and the number 9. Then there towards the end, just kept on having to back it up a little bit because the tires were starting to get worn. So I tried not to push up and take out half the field. But yeah, just really trying to play the game of survival and make all the moves necessary.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, did it pretty well. I mean, top 5 here at Echo Park is nothing to frown at. Especially third here, getting a podium at this place. It means you're pretty good at the old survival game, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a very hard fought battle all night.
For sure, buddy. And really good points night for you tonight. I mean, we haven't gotten to talk to you too much this year so far. So I mean, I think, is this your first podium with us here this year?
This is actually my first race of the year with the group. So made it official today that I will be filling a cup ride the rest of the season in here. So hope this is the first of many.
Oh man, yeah, that makes it even better. I mean, heck, you're 1 for 1 now, man. Now we got to keep the streak alive next week.
That's always the goal.
All right, Isaac, always great to talk to you. I mean, you've been a lot of fun here tonight. Look forward to getting to talk to you again in the future with all the future podiums that are coming. Awesome run tonight, and good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Oh yes, I'm sorry, Isaac. What sponsors do you have that you would like to thank tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank Houghtle Designs first of all. Made some beautiful cars all night. There was plenty of purple sheet metal left out on track for everybody. I'd like to thank Country Candles, Fearless Broadcasting, and I'd also like to thank my newest sponsor. We didn't have time to get them on the car just yet, but W Energy. Use code Brock15, all capital, at checkout for 10% off.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I'm glad I remembered that because I almost forgot to go through your sponsors, and they might be a little upset at me if we did that. But it's okay though. Always blame the broadcaster. That's the way out. So they wouldn't be mad at you. Right? All right, man. Well, we will see you next week, and we're gonna move on over here, and I'm gonna turn to my left, and we're gonna talk to Maverick Brock Whiteman. Second time tonight we got to talk to you, Brock. Kind of walk us through that whole deal because you were like we talked about earlier, you were the first one to jump up to that high line, and apparently it worked out for you.
Yeah, I had to make it work a few times, which was interesting. I wasn't expecting to not. I mean, I'm kind of used to not having any friends and having anybody to work with on these plate tracks, especially once Michael Kish got taken out. But I mean, especially at the end, I was trying to make it work, and I was kind of holding my ground, which was good. I wasn't dropping all the way back, and we kind of had some guys try to come up behind me, but I think they were lap down cars, so they didn't want to get too involved in the fight for the win. So it was a little tough to try to work my way to the front, but eventually the little incident coming to the white kind of opened up a door, and I was able to slot to the bottom behind Christian off of 2 and trying to give him a good push and push him to the win, which was great. Just really happy that I can walk away from one of these races without any of my sheet metal laying on the racetrack. So that's always a bonus going into the sort of the dog days of this season. So it's a good finish, some good points. I'm just really happy to get out of here in one piece.
Well, yeah, definitely leaving Reco Park. It's something to be said. Leave without a scratch, and didn't have a single one on you tonight. So let's see here. Because we talked to you earlier as well, and it seemed like time to go was just like you said it was going to be right after that last round of pit stops, and so we saw you try to kind of make a move there at the end, coming out of four. What made you decide to either stay in line or jump out right at the end and try to win it yourself?
I kind of figured that if I could just keep pushing Christian, maybe he'd get loose, um, and kind of open up the door on the inside. I know I couldn't use the apron. If it was an official race, I definitely would have used the apron to try to get past him. But I know Alex and his all-seeing eye was up there in race control, so he wouldn't have allowed that. But I kind of figured if I can just stay on his bumper in the corner, maybe just get him loose. Maybe something would open up, but nothing opened up. He held his ground, so I imagine he had some fresher tires there at the end of the race that kind of helped him hold his position. But running it last night in the trucks was it was more side drafting off of turn four that got me the win. So obviously, trying to win it a different way it's always fun trying to win races different ways, and how the different cars and different series drive is a lot of fun. So maybe next time I'll maybe jump to the outside, maybe try to pass him that way. But at least tonight I felt like trying to push him out of the corner and get him loose was going to be the way to go.
For sure. I mean, man, in the words of Cal Naughton Jr., nothing wrong with silver. So it's definitely a good points night. Some great stage points for you tonight. What are you looking forward to most about next week?
Next week. That is Martinsville, correct?
I believe so.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
I got nothing to say about the paperclip. It's not been a good track for me, so it's it's just gonna be more like tonight. Oh, it is
Is
Rockingham.
Rockingham next week.
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing for that track either.
Yep.
The only good finish I had there in this league was I think when the trucks were there last season, I finished fifth. I passed Morgan Cook on the last lap, but I got taken out in I think both the Xfinity or O'Reilly's and Cup race last season. So it's a track that I'm not too comfortable with. I haven't driven it a lot, like some of the other tracks like Charlotte or Chicagoland or Milwaukee. So it's a track that I'm still trying to learn, where the fastest lines is. But I think with the speed in this car that we've had all year, I don't think it's going to be too hard to find some pace. But those walls, they can bite you out of two. So we'll just have to just try to keep it clean like we did tonight. And as long as I can put myself in a position to win a race, with 10 to go, um, and I can cross the line, with all four tires on the ground, it'll be a good night.
For sure. I mean, the 83 wasn't fortunate enough to do that. He definitely he had a couple moments where he was upside down, sliding down the front straightaway and all that. So especially here without a scratch, um, all that's left for us, man, because you put on a heck of a show tonight. Tell us about anybody you'd like to thank for your performance tonight.
Just want to say thanks to the boys. They always support me. I know I gave them the links to the stream, so I don't know if they were in here, but um, they're my day ones. Love them to death. But thanks to Red Bull for being on the card. The spring edition special scheme was on tonight. We'll have some more special edition cars throughout the season for you guys to look at. So that's gonna be really cool. Constellation Series XM, Wingstop, Costco, Chipotle, all the sponsors on the car. Really good looking cars this year. So hopefully one of these days Casey will give me the best paint scheme of the week. But those Hotilla cars look pretty good out there tonight. So I'd imagine one of those guys are probably gonna steal it from me.
I got to be honest, probably so. The purple people eaters all running 1, 2, 3, 4 earlier was kind of a cool thing to see. I'm not gonna lie, but then of course they all wadded up, so then it got really bad. But but man, Maverick Whiteman, pleasure to have you in here tonight, and we hope to see you again in the top 3 next week.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. And now the moment all the fans have been waiting for quite a few weeks, because Janik has been in here more times than not. Christian Barnes has finally got back up to another win. Christian, talk us through it, bud. You were up front this whole shebang. Tell us about it.
Yeah, you just really had to make the runs when you got them, and you know, that final restart, I was able to kind of lock in a decent spot on the bottom, and I was kind of just like observing the guys in front of me, and I was just noticing that specific corners and specific moments they drift up the track. I don't know if they'd get tight or loose, but I kind of just would observe for a few laps, and then I'd see someone go high, and that's when I'd shoot to the bottom, and so on and so forth. I think I did it to about 3 guys to get to the lead, and once I got to the lead, I really just had to kind of like lift and keep the guys behind from getting like momentum. Um, Once you got all the way back in the pack, it really wasn't easy. So I mean, track position was just key. So once I was finally able to get to the front late in the race, I just had to kind of keep them kind of side by side. I didn't want the whole bottom line to get too many guys clear, because then they can easily get a run on me, and then I'd be a sitting duck as the leader. So just had to keep checking them up as much as I could until the end there.
But what were you thinking coming off of 4, watching Brock right there in your mirror? What were you? I mean, obviously you're anticipating a move there, but what was your plan as far as defending what his moves were going to be?
Yeah, I was really just making sure he did not get to the bottom below me, and I know that he was shoving me to get me loose to kind of like move me up the track, but luckily, taking new tires at the end there really helped me. And I mean, if he got to my outside, I probably would have, rubbed him a little bit, tried to take away some of his momentum. But it was kind of similar to, I think the 19 was the one that went high, trying to pass me, and the 41 went with me, because you kind of late in the race, especially when they're not really teammates, you don't want to push somebody else. You want to kind of put yourself in position. So once he started pushing me down the backstretch, I kind of knew that it was kind of set in stone that unless I screwed up, that I thought that I'd had it. So as long as he didn't get to my inside, I thought that was it.
Heck yeah, putting the old Domino's car out front. So the big question that everyone is wondering: do we get free pizza now? Like that's what's up. Like,
Man, I got to set something up with that.
dude, you ain't kidding. I mean, this is what, 4th podium in a row now where we've been able to talk to you. So you've been getting us some TV time. Like when do we get ours? Man. Throw the old.
I gotta make something happen there. I gotta talk to HR or something.
Heck yeah, buddy. Well, what are you looking forward to most about next week? Or as Brock said, what are you hating the most about next week?
Yeah, it's Rockingham, right?
I believe so. I have no clue.
Well, if it's Rockingham, I think I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be the best car. I'm not usually the greatest there. If it's Martinsville, I think I'll be a really good contender. I'm honestly hoping it's Martinsville. I don't really care for Rockingham. So we'll just see. We'll just see.
Heck yeah, buddy. It was huge congratulations for breaking through with a win tonight. Who would you like to thank for this performance?
I want to thank Waterforce Racing with Gavin Henson. He makes my paint schemes. And I want to thank Eclipse Sim Sports, I believe that's the name, for them adding me on this season. I appreciate them, and hopefully I can get more wins for them.
Heck yeah, buddy. It's always a pleasure having you in here. Love getting to talk to you post-race and during the race most of the time as well. Tell a lot of your competitors, all 3 of you guys, tell your competitors that if they're in a team chat during the race, we can probably talk to them. There were a bunch of guys we were going to key up and they weren't in any team chats. So if they want TV time, we can do that.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm joining the race chats, because I mean, I don't really have any teammates most of the time out here, so I'm like, I might as well join a race chat just in case they want to talk.
Yeah, well, we'll always talk to somebody out front during cautions. But heck yeah, guys. Brock, Christian, Isaac, congrats to all 3 of you guys again. Awesome race. I love drafting tracks, and good luck to you guys next week.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Well, for all of our viewers out there, if you didn't like this race, I don't know what to tell you, because they put this one on the map tonight. We're going to run down through your finishing order here. Christian Barnes, 3rd to 1st, takes the win. Brock Whiteman, 2nd to 2nd, started right where he finished. Isaac Brock, big mover here, 21st to 3rd. Evan Janik, 23rd to 4th. Ryan Bittler with the Tracy wagon, 22nd to 5th. Big movers here in this top 10. Jason Steptoe, 25th to 6th. Derek Sklodell, 14th to 7th. Jackson Hatala, 17th to 8th. And last car on the lead lap, your pole sitter, Dustin Lewis, still pulling out the top 10. Devin Lucan 1 lap down in 10th. As we roll on through here, Jose Mercado, Joshua Thornton, 11th and 12th. Caleb Jones, Jerry Salidas, 13, 14. 15th and 16th, Michael Kostick and Charles Roberson, 17th, 18th. Casey Bristow, Michael Kish. Rough issue there. He was on tail end of the lead lap right there, but ends up 43 laps down after a meatball flag takes him out. 19th and 20th, Tyler B. Justice and Stephen Gill, who had that incident early on from that restart, spun the tires, got turned back there in the back. Josh Chrisman, Andrew Allen, 21, 22nd. Andrew Pollock, 23rd. Isaac Wilson, 24th. That's going to be a huge shot in the points for Isaac, who's ran up front, been a podium finisher a few times, if I'm not mistaken, along with Andrew Allen. And then Gino Volanti tagging on the rear, 125 laps down. The NSRLA at EchoPark Speedway SoarDogg Cup Series tonight. That is your running order as they finish. In the Black Diamond Designs 200 from Recco EchoPark right here in Atlanta. I am Chris Golden. For all of our competitors, our top 3 podium finishers, Brock Whiteman, Christian Barnes, Isaac Brock, and our awesome producer, Tracy Brown, and, of course, his livery on Ryan Bittler's car. I'm part-time ARCA Menard Series driver Chris Golden, full-time Leadfoot TV announcer. We'll see you next week right here on Leadfoot TV with the NSRLA and the SoarDogg Cup Series. Y'all stay golden.